This is how I would schedule my build-up against high-pressing teams in the modern world of football, where every single team presses high, and lots of teams struggle with playing out, but they never want to go long. A lot of teams line up with a back four. That's the back four we're using. I'm using a pressing front three that a lot of teams use. Key thing to remember: we're not gonna go, one centre back, one pressing player, and then leave the free player like this. Key thing to remember when I'm speaking is you're gonna have these two versus one, two versus one, two versus one. The same players are involved. We're always gonna try and schedule our build up in this two versus one way. So the first thing we want to do to stop high pressing teams like your Cities, your Liverpools, and your Barcelonas is you want to take one fullback, for instance, we're going to take the left back. We're going to drop them deep into the box, next to the box, like where the keeper is going to be doing his kickoff. Immediately, that leaves a giant gap where the winger isn't going to be running back and forth. So you've immediately created an option here, and if a player tries to move out there, you got a free centre back who, in this case, can just drop in, and you've got a free player just off one movement in there. With the centre back, like I just showed, can move into these sort of areas here, where obviously with the rules, no attackers can come into this area. A lot of teams do both. I don't understand why you do both because essentially, you know, you can just have your marking here, keep your, let's say you're playing wing backs or you're playing strikers, get two here, get your centre mids here, and then essentially just, you know, block them in their own box with the keeper and force them to go long anyways. But this player can pick it up and go. Instead, always do it with one player. So you have to be sure that you want to press this player here, right? Because if you press this player here, leaving that player free. Press him, leaving this player free, leaving him all options open. Same with that. You want to go between, keep letting this player pass straight through whilst you moving back and forth. With the other player here, we want them to go high. Essentially, it should look like a line. It should look like the line's constantly increasing. Because the one biggest sin in football is having a straight line. You ultimately never want to have a straight line in any portion of the game. You always want to be staggered in a way. So build up, that's ultimately what we're looking for. We're looking for the staggered build up. But the opposition don't know what to do. Because if you're gonna go man for man, who you going man for man with? Are you doing this? In which case, modern day football, that pass is very easy to do. Or are you gonna go the other way? Are you gonna mark the wingers and leave this player free? Because again, the technical ability of centre backs, okay, they can just pass or just dribble out and the opposition will a whole world of trouble. Or are they gonna try to defend and like block where it's like you sort of stand here and wait for things to happen? Because ultimately, if we're building out, if I'm, following this schedule, so this system, play out there, and ultimately you have to come out, and this centre back is free, and ultimately you just create an issue because we've also got the keeper. The keeper can pass it out, and then you're out. This player tries to come in, and then we've got the ball from one side to the other, and you've got one, two players in space with one tracking back. We're also going to try and show how this works with a pressing four. What a lot of teams do now, for instance, imagine this is Chelsea with their front four, they press like 4-2-4. So they're going man for man, right? Same thing. Gonna drop our players here. Right? Biggest thing is going to be this centre back in the box is going to be the key difference maker in this. So let's get our staggered line up again. So it looks correct. So that is correct, yes. You can clearly see now every player is marked and there isn't much any player can do. This is where this player here is going to be insanely important. This centre back, whoever this is, needs to be given the freedom and move across the box. His job is to take this marker away from him. Take this marker away from this position. One thing teams don't like is being stretched. It's awful. You don't like being told to go every which way and then the opposition make you go that way anyways. You know, you start here, here, and then all of a sudden goes all the way across. And it's like, are you switching? Like, are you gonna have to switch like that? And you open up this entire side. Is this player have to move across now to try to cover that side? Do you see the issues that causes? You know, you leave that line and you create a giant line in, which a lot of teams do like to build out. But I think if you told a Premier League team or a league team or Bundesliga team, any league at the top level, you do this, and even if teams are gonna press you really high and be really aggressive, they'll create a giant line, open lane, pass the ball into. Your fullbacks are fast. They'll get into that area and play the ball in there, and boom, they're gone. Could you imagine Prime Adama Traore just sticking back here for the reason of just getting past his man and just exploiting that gap and just attacking that gap constantly? Really, it's a very risky thing to do, and it's very different. Lots of teams want to try and play this way, where they have two in the box against the front four, and they just want to sort of build out, make them commit, and then try to play through. For me, that's stupid. Everybody focuses about the space that's ahead of the box. The space to the side here is so undervalued in the one day game. If you can go a pass here, that's a lot easier than over there. You bring a marker here. The space created is much more now. If they don't mark, the left back can literally take the ball out of it and then hit down the line. You can, or you can dribble out. Whereas here, it's hard to dribble out because you're more narrow. Ideally, what teams would like you to do is get the ball there and pass it into the box. So I pass it into the middle of the pitch. Right? But if you stand out here and you're not getting marked, maybe a player stands there to try and get closer, but you play that pass across. Doesn't matter who the left back is, as long as the left back has the ability to dribble, they're gonna love doing that. Just getting down the line constantly. Attacking fullbacks will love that. Same on the other side. You got a high player here, like that. Does this player follow? If he does, then you can get centre back to push out here, and then you create another giant gap. Not as simple, but a move added on, and you create a giant gap there for that movement. But if they don't follow, how many keepers in the world of football can't play that ball in the middle? But even just across, it's into that anywhere in that area, he's getting to it. She's getting to it. Whoever's on that pitch is getting to it. So that's all I gotta say on that. Again, you don't have to follow this. This is just my ideas. But in a Monday game with teams pressing, teams need to utilize this space, and this is how I would do it.